then the next thing you know, the war came along. Not the war. The Germans were fighting, and they were drafting people into the United States Army. So they told me not to go back to college, the draft board, and I should be prepared to go into the Army. I didn't really like that idea, but I figured that they had control, and they signed me up for the draft, and I got my notice to report to be inducted into the Army the day that my brother Sarge got married, which was in November. My mother got the notice and didn't give it to me until a couple of days after the wedding, because she cried all during the wedding, and I could understand why she was crying, but she was crying because I had to go in the Army. I thought she was crying because she was losing a son, and I kept assuring her that he was going to be around, and afterwards she gave me the notice. So I was inducted into the Army on December 8th, 1941, one day after Pearl Harbor, and I'd like to say that I was not a big hero. I was just drafted. People think because I went in on December 8th, 1941, that I was very patriotic. I really wasn't. I just was doing my duty. And in those days, there was very little talk about the Germans or the war, and it was just a different feeling later on. I went in the Army on December 8th, 1941, and in January I was sent down to Louisville, Kentucky, Fort Knox. And it was a great experience because I didn't even know where Kentucky was. And they sent us down by train, troop train, and we got down there. I found out that this was a place where the tank outfits were being trained. And they called me in and they said, what could you do? I said, one thing I can tell you I can't do, I can't drive a tank. I get sick when I ride in a car, and I really think you ought to send me back to Brooklyn. But they said no, they thought I could be good and useful there, and I was 20 years old, and they were looking for young guys like myself. I was in good physical condition. I never wore glasses. I was really the kind of guy that they were looking for. I was 5'10" or thereabouts, and very strong, and I was fearless. I was really just the kind of fellow that they would look for in the Army. And I went down, and they assigned me to be a tank driver.